and I'm here to vouch for Matt. A young man I've been blessed to have known since before he was born. And I say this because Matt's older siblings, Lauren and Jesse, and my 3 daughters, Annie, Mara, and Ellen, attended the same in-home daycare when Jesse was the youngest child in the household. It was this happenstance that eventually led to our family joining this congregation and sharing numerous family gatherings and Christmas Eve dinners, Thanksgivings, and Easter dinners with their extended families. Our church's membership policy is stated as open and affirming. Open and affirming could also be used to describe the microphone policy during children's conversation. Matt learned to take advantage of this open mic early and often. We learned about Uncle Chunky, his dad's brother Chuck, and the significance of dinosaurs in theology. It was during children's conversation that we also learned about Matt's gifts, enduring gifts of engagement and performance. Perhaps these gifts can be genetically traced to his 2 grandfathers, both pastors leading congregations, and certainly a calling where stage fright is a liability. By engagement, I mean the ability to meet a total stranger and moments later be sharing conversation that makes that stranger no longer feel a stranger. For many of us with introvert tendency, it truly seems a gift. Performance has been an important part of Matt's upbringing and passion. Not only have you heard him perform in all the vocal opportunities at this church, he has participated in all of the music groups at Central High School: band, jazz band, concert choir, central singers, plus major roles in the school's student-run musical theater productions. Plus, just last night, he was participating in a band at Bandorama at Bandana Square. Matt will take his gifts to Luther College in Decorah, Iowa this fall, where he will major in music, perform whenever possible, and engage strangers who will shortly no longer be strangers.
I have the privilege of acknowledging Leighton, our graduate senior this year. I believe I first met Leighton somewhere on a soccer field. My 3 daughters are the same age as Leighton and her sisters, and we played summer soccer, junior high, and senior high soccer together as families. So whether it was seeing Leighton score goals, play a mean defense, or just having discussions on the sidelines. And those of you with kids in sports know sideline talk can be very deep. So we've had many discussions. One other side note, I think it was a highlight for the seniors this year at Highland Park to take the city championships. And we relish that because, Central is our big rival, and we typically don't win. So way to go, seniors at Highland Park this year. My first memory of Leighton in church goes back to a Bible school summer camp where I was called in last minute, and of course then came overly prepared and organized, and when I showed up, there was Leighton and her sister Kendall to help. So I had extra hands to get the arts and crafts projects ready, and then really to provide a great experience for our children here at the church. Leighton's been very involved in the mission group and also the peer counseling group here at our church. She has a great, exciting summer ahead of her with a month-long canoeing trip on the Barrens River with Camp Minosian. And I think she was there last year, also in the Quetico area. So she does some great summer experiences, and then we'll carry that with her in the fall to the beautiful city of Missoula, Montana, where she will participate as starting her studies at University of Montana. So let's all congratulate and give our warm welcome to Leighton. Thank you.
I'm honored to be speaking about Gabby. My wife actually remembers teaching Gabby Sunday school 7 or 8 years ago, but I really first got to know her on the youth mission trips in New Orleans. She had not been really involved a lot with the youth group before starting the one year, but we weren't too concerned about her fitting in. Of course, after she spiked the volleyball off Matt's head a couple of times, she was good. Sorry, Matt. Gabby, though, really, on the mission trips, was just an amazing hard worker, a great influence on others, and really just a fun person to be with. She was part of Gabe and the Babes that one year, and her smile and laugh kept you going all day, kept everyone going. Last year, when they were doing things around here, Gabby and my daughter had a little contest about who could haul the most muck out of Swedes Hollow. I'm not really sure who won, but I do remember that they kind of kicked butt. Ooh, can I say that in church? Anyway, I'd like to quote Gabby's entry on the youth blog. And by the way, there's a great picture of her, half covered in mud, hauling stuff out of Swedes Hollow on the blog. She said, "This has been one of the messiest, go-with-the-flows, emotional trips so far. Yet, it is all of that makes this such a fun and self-growing experience. Today, and while most of the week we've been dealing with environmental issues, what seems like trivial work to us is in fact some of the most important things we can do to make our community better. We've been putting our small contributions into that bigger purpose and goal." And that's really how she worked, tackling anything small or large with enthusiasm and excitement. She graduates from Hill Murray, and then after a graduation trip this summer to England, Scotland, and Wales with her dad and some friends, she's kind of following her family tradition and will be going to Iowa State University. Apparently Kyle and her grandparents went there, and they kind of turned out okay, so we have hopes. She's going to major in pre-med, but she's most interested in following a course in natural and alternative medicines. So I expect great things from her in the future, and of course she'll continue to play soccer and volleyball for fun. I'd just like to thank her for all the enthusiasm and joy she's provided for everyone on the trips and at the church. Congratulations.